It truly makes the most beautiful music. Everything it has to give. It's everywhere, hiding the listener. Without it, I could not live. Silence.
really what we have here, you see, this building is the headquarters of the Mother Council of the World, Sovereign Grand Commander and his staff on the North Wing, and the Executive Director and his staff on the South Wing. And then in the middle, we have the basic museum and libraries. But this is the headquarters of world headquarters for Scottish Rite Freemasonry. The green marble inset and trim is from Fairfax, Virginia. The columns are green Windsor granite from Vermont. The Italian marble table in the center of the room is fashioned after a table that was found in the ruins of Pompeii. So it's a replica. The shields that you see up in the frieze on either side have symbols of some of the step degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. The degrees of Freemasonry go from the first degree to the 32nd degree. The honorary degree is the 33rd degree that you hear people talk about. My grandfather was a 33rd. And that symbol is the four corners of the atrium is the 33rd degree symbol. The Greek god Hermes on all of our floor lamps. These two figures in black marble from the shores of Lake Champlain, New York, are figures from ancient history. On the left, there is Osiris. On the right is his twin sister, Isis. They're the guardians to the entrance to the main temple chamber, which is up these stairs. The main meeting chamber, and this is a very busy room. This room is occupied the first week in October on the odd year. That's all. 1 week every 2 years is a meeting here. And that is a meeting of the world leaders of Scottish Rite Masonry. It's where they have their world sessions meeting. Other than that, the room is not used for any purpose whatsoever. When the room is occupied, it's occupied, as I said, by the leaders, the rulers of Scottish Rite Freemasonry the world around. We have 32 inspector generals from the United States. They're sort of like a governor of each state. And the other states are represented by a deputy. So those inspector generals and the deputies are in this room, plus the secretary generals of 71 foreign country grand councils. So you see, we've filled the room with nothing but the leaders. The altar here is a Belgian gold glazed marble, and in Hebrew across the face of the altar there is, right from Genesis, God said, "Let there be light." When we are in session in this room, we have several books of holy law on the altar, as Scottish Rite Freemasonry is a world organization. So we'll have the Torah, the Quran, the Holy Bible, the Book of Buddha, what have you, the book of holy law from the country of the men who were here assembled. The cat is another symbol of friendship or welcome. You see the cat on the railing posts here. The door knockers of the front door. You also see a cat on all of the handrails throughout the building. I'll point them out to you as we exit. Ceiling is gold leaf. The walls, as I said, foam marble, paint on plaster. A third uniqueness of the room is the carpet is one piece, seamless, woven to fit the room with all of its notches and curves. So that decorative border pattern is woven in the original making of the carpet. This is the executive chamber where the 32 inspector generals of the southern jurisdiction of the United States and the sovereign grand commander meet, and they meet in here, 4 or 5 times a year. That is probably a cleaning device of some sort. I really don't know. It's more like a lamp. Presented by C.F. Young, 33rd degree, Sovereign Grand Inspector General, made by J.A. Hogan, 33rd degree, Fort Scott, Kansas. The center of the main meeting room contains an altar and a book of holy law. That's the center of our existence, the Almighty. This was the new Tyler's sword, 1915, used for the dedication of the building. And the marshal or the sergeant of arms carries this baton as a symbol of his authority.
Hello. I haven't seen him. Hello, how are you?
No, Dr. John is not back yet. This is Dr. John's office. That's a portrait of our Sovereign Grand Commander Fred Kleinknecht, who just retired last October, 2003. Our library and reading room for research on the basic fundamental subjects. Students from surrounding campuses come here and do some of their research. More comfortable, laid-back library than trying to go to the Library of Congress or something like that. All the books that you see in the upper levels are Albert Pike's personal collection that he brought from his home in Charleston, South Carolina, to Washington, D.C. in 1870. And he opened his personal collection as a public library. And this is our Masonic library, where we have over 30,000 volumes about Masonry and records from all of the Grand Lodges in the United States. Read it all the way back to their beginning here in California. This is 1883 and 1884, the proceedings right on up to the present time. Collection of jewelry and watches donated to the museum from various members of the craft. President of Romania, this award to Fred Kleinknecht. This is the most recognized drawing of the temple at Halicarnassus. Our leader, Albert Pike, as Sovereign Grand Commander from 1859 to 1891. He's the one that moved headquarters from Charleston, South Carolina to Washington, D.C. And Albert Pike is buried right here behind his bust. So this is considered the crypt area of the building. And John Henry Cowles, Sovereign Grand Commander, 1921 to 1952. On his death, he was buried in a similar crypt right here behind his bust. And that crypt is 2 by 2 by 10 feet through this solid wall. The stonemasons just cut a hole in it. And charity here are our demonstration of our appreciation of donations to our medical foundation. $1 million donation gets you a little plaque underneath one of those pillars.
Oh,
This hallway we refer to as our Architects' Hall of Honor. All Masons are considered basically architects. And not that we build buildings, but we build buildings. Philosophically. These are all famous Americans who have contributed largely to the education and the development of this great country. Well, actually, presently, he's the chairman of our committee for the benefits to families of victims from 9/11, the Twin Towers of Pentagon, Pennsylvania, making sure that they are funded to be able to continue their life. This room we've referred to as our Americanism room. And what we have arranged around the room, our founding fathers, developing fathers of the White House. When Harry Truman was the President of the United States, the White House was completely torn down and a new one built. And when they tore it down, under Harry Truman's request, they saved as many marked Masonic stones as they could find. They recovered 71 stones with 6 different signatures. You see, that's a Masonic signature.
yes, I see
Done
that.
by the mason that laid the stone. Masonic family.
Is that?
2 generations of Borglum. Guston Borglum was his idea to do American presidents out there on the The statue that stands on top of the Capitol Dome of the United States, she's 19 feet tall. Well, this is a miniature of her right here, Miss Freedom. That's what the lady looks like. It's difficult to see her when you're down on the ground looking up at the top of the dome of the Capitol building. Watch your step, I'll get some lights turned on here. This is our George Washington Banquet Hall. The coins that you see under glass are referred to as Royal Arch Mark Mason pennies, and each chapter in the world has a particular design penny. That's a identification coin, kind of like a driver's license that you would carry, but this is, as you would be a member of one of these organizations, you would carry their identification coin with you. And they're from every chapter in the world. He's a sort of a fellow that does a lot of research before he does a painting, so that he has what we feel is the most accurate depiction of the event taking place. This one, the inauguration of the first president of the United States. All the men you see there assembled are Masons. And we know they were in those positions because of sketches done by sketch artists for newspapers up in New York. Several sketches from several different artists from several different New York newspapers all came up with the same appearing sketch. We do not solicit membership, and so it's a matter of a man comes to Masonry of his own free will. Someday maybe my son will. It's got to be his decision. Here's our beautiful stained glass window at the Pillars of Charity.